Good morning, this is Dwayne, and this video is for absolute beginners only. So if you already know the keyboard, then please leave right now because there's nothing here that will interest you at all. Lots of people don't know the relationship of the piano keys to the piano notes that are on a sheet music for piano. So I'd like to show you how the two relate today. Piano keys, as you know, go from A up to G, then they repeat. Okay? And I have another video on the subject of piano keys, so if you don't know them, then you probably ought to review that. But the purpose today is to see how these notes, these keys on the piano relate to notes on sheet music. So I prepared this chart. It's called the Magic Keyboard Chart. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's designed to slip behind the keyboard. And so what it does is it slips right behind the keyboard and stands there. And I line up C on the chart. Let me show you. There's a chart named C, D, E, F, G, and so on. And this is a treble clef for the right hand. This is a bass clef for the left hand. So I line up the C with middle C there. And then that shows me exactly what the notes are, but more importantly, how they relate to the notes on the staff, okay? For example, if I go up to F, or G, or A, I can see on the staff that note. A on the keyboard relates to that note on the staff. B on the keyboard relates to that B line. C relates to that space. D relates to that line. So notes on the staff are based on lines and spaces. There's 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 spaces. And the names of the lines are E, G, B, D, and F. And the spaces in between are F, A, C, E. Pretty convenient because F, A, C, E spells the word what? Face. F, A, C, E. Okay? And if you need a little memory jogger for that, I have a memory jogger over here called Every Green Banana Draws Flies for the lines, and the spaces are spell the word face. And in the bass clef, you see that they line up with the bass clef too, and the bass clef lines are G, B, D, F, A. And I've suggested to my students that grizzly bears don't fly airplanes. Is a good way to remember that. There's other ways, of course. And the spaces are all cars eat gas. And there's a thirsty car right there. Okay? So this simply lines up on the keyboard like so. And it directs you to the notes in the bass clef and the treble clef. So it's very, very basic, very, very much for beginners. This chart, by the way, is not for sale, so don't ask, okay? It comes free with one of my courses called How to Play Chord Piano. And if you're just starting in piano, that would be the course you should take. And you can go to the URL if you want to at chordpiano.com and hear about that, okay? But I just thought I'd show you how the keys on the keyboard relate to the notes on music. People use those terms kind of interchangeably, and I've even been guilty of doing that too. But when you play that's called a key, and when you indicate a note on the staff, that's called a note. So keys and notes, all right? Thanks for being with me. Hope this has helped a little bit. And if you'd like to learn more about the keyboard and more about music and more about chords and so on, then come on over to chordpiano.com, playpiano.com, and sign up for my free newsletter, okay? Chordpiano.com is where the course is located, but if you want the free newsletter, come on over to playpiano.com. Thanks.